All right, folks. Slight change of subject in this stream. And I am kind of praying that it is a 1 in a trillion of chance that this is 2 different people. But I don't think so. Everything I have seen and tried to verify and everything tells me it is these 2 people. A lawyer for one of the witnesses has married one of the defendants. Just when you thought this trial could not get any more weird. Welcome to the show. All right, and with me to comment on this specific issue, the lawyer of a witness marrying a defendant, I would like to welcome to the show for the very first time. Welcome, Mr. Dennis Byron.
Nick, what's going on? Can you hear me? Nick?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Let me just get rid of that. Okay.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat. You can hear the sound of my voice. Put a 1 in the chat. Go ahead, Nick.
Well, yeah. This was an unexpected event that just unfolded. What is it? An hour and a half ago now?
Well, for me, 2 days ago, I was actually sitting on it because I had to do some more vetting of the information. Mm-hmm. But actually, I've pretty much verified it.
Yeah. And since I got a hold of the information, I've been doing everything I can to verify. I try to disprove it.
And that's what the first thing you have to do. Try to disprove the information. And you also have to check with sources. And, I did a few other things I hadn't shared with you. But it appears to be Mr. Jackson and Miss Bumpus, or Bumpus dash Jackson.
Yeah. And so, the information is that it seems like Kayla Bumpus have married Shannon Stillwell or Shannon Jackson in this trial, the defendant in this trial. And for me, this is the ramifications of this is, for me, a bit unknown because she represents a witness. Now, she only represented him in the contempt, but she still represented Woody. And he is a key witness in this trial.
Absolutely.
So her obligations judicially is towards him and represent him to the best of their abilities. And if this relationship was ongoing while she represented Woody, it can possibly be a violation of her
ethics
at the state bar.
Right, absolutely. And it's important to put the time follow. There's a timeline here based on looking at the documents. It appears based on the document, we see a date to the far right in March that it was an application made for the marriage certificate in March. The ex parte hearing was June 10th, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So obviously she went in that represented Woody, which is not a conflict representing him, but is a conflict when you are now representing to the court that, you just got on this case because Melnick, you were standing in for Melnick. But if you were standing for Melnick, shouldn't you have told Melnick that, hey, I'm married to I'm about to get married to one of the defendants?
Yeah, I mean that disclosure seems overly clear because for me, now I don't know all the rules and regulations of Georgia or Texas, but I've been doing law for over 30 years, labor law, and you need to disclose this for the courts for the appearance that you are impartial in this. And if she's about to get married to Shannon Stillwell, did she disclose this to Woody, to Melnick? How I'm still in a bit of a shock here because I don't understand how you place yourself in this situation.
How or why do you place yourself in this situation? We already see, and I don't know if you're aware, Nick. I'm sure you are. You've been covering this case from the very beginning. There's been so many things that have occurred in this case that were raised. It raised many eyebrows. You have a judge. This is a third judge, a Judge Glanville. Just think about Judge Glanville finding out about this after the fact, after he's been recused off the case. Were you guys playing in his face all along and not even sharing this? Because this is information he should have known. Because he might have just said, "Hey, listen, you might have to get another attorney. This is not gonna fly."
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at how this trial has evolved, I'm pure speculation, of course, but I mean, they did reset this trial to in the middle of Woody's testimony. If this is something that is up there on that ex parte level, are we running a risk of resetting this trial? I mean,
well, that the prosecutors know, I'm sure. Well, I verified that at least this has come to the attention of Judge Glanville. I've verified that.
Okay.
And I can say that. I can't give you the particulars, but he knows about this now. Not because of me, but he knows about it. But with that said, he asked during the and she had lawyers coming in to, obviously defend her. He said, "Who told you?" He asked this to Brian Still. "Who told you this?" And Brian Still said, "You should have told me this."
Yeah.
And there was some talk about maybe a deputy has said this. But
since then, I do believe the innuendo is that even Kayla has verified that the information came from her.
Right.
But not outspoken. But it's still
after the fact.
I mean, yeah, after the fact.
Right.
But it is different level, but it's still you should have told. Well, she should have disclosed, just as Glanville should have disclosed this ex parte to the defendants. Then Kayla should have disclosed this potential conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. She and Woody have it seems like they have a very close friendship. But now it appears that it does seem like it's more than what is on the surface level. The fact that she visits this guy on a regular, which has been verified as well. I can say she's been visiting this guy on a regular. So what's the coincidence that she's visiting the same guy that she's married to? And it's not a different guy.
Yeah, and I've been searching for any Shannon Bernard Jackson in Texas, just in the off chance. That doesn't look good either, because the only people I find are, well, convicts or much older.
No, she visits him regularly, so that's I can confirm that she has visited him on multiple occasions. But here's the problem. Did she reveal that to the sheriff department that she's married to this guy? Because you have certain privileges as an attorney versus a private citizen visiting him. You have the ability to pass him things as an attorney versus as a private citizen. You have just a video screen to communicate with him. But when you're an attorney, you don't get a limit on time, nor do you have the complete untouching, so to speak. Well, you can't touch them, but you have the ability to pass documents back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many. I'm
not trying to blow up. I'm not trying to blow up a spot now, but she kind of, this is kind of sloppy work. This is really sloppy work. It's the fact that she's so involved in this case, and she asked Judge Whitaker for a Rule 22. So you got a potential husband in the courtroom. Actually, he was your husband at the time you asked for Rule 22.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to be, as an attorney, as a lawyer in a case, you have to be extremely transparent with the court, and this probably will look extremely bad with Judge Whitaker, because she has made rulings in this trial based on what happened during the ex parte.
Absolutely.
And she's not playing around. I mean, if something is wrong, she tends to do something about it, or everything except mistrial with prejudice. But I'm trying to get a hold of a Georgia-based, well, I have contact with Georgia-based lawyers, but having somebody on screen, are there potential for a mistrial here? And it seems like
well, we have to look at what she got to understand, testify to. And I don't know if you have the clip, but what she had actually said when she got to understand under direct and cross-examination. And you got to see what was asked of her and how she responded, and think about the dates, because this happened in I want to say she was on the stand in July or August. I don't have the exact dates, but we need to look at that as well and just kind of see if it's mathing right,
I mean, I have everything that happened between. I mean, I have my notes and everything, but I don't have which day that she testified.
We can pull it up at some point. You can find that. I mean, this is the fact that we are now learning this, with these plea deals that have been taken. And the other question is, was Mr. Jackson Stillwell's attorney aware that she and he are married?
I have reached out, and the comment, without disclosing exactly what is said, is no insight in the marriage stuff. That is basically the comment. And so I have no disrespect to Max Short. He's an amazing attorney who does whatever he can for his client. But knowing your client got married to the lawyer of a witness, I mean, how do you not? Because Max needs to know what goes on with his client.
Absolutely.
And does he have an obligation to disclose this to the court or to the prosecution side, that his client actually got married? Because I have heard nothing in trial, not even rumors coming out from trial by the people who have been in there during the breaks and during the lunch, that this has even been discussed.
I didn't hear from this is something that I'm sure that, because I've covered Max for over, I would say 15 years now. It's about 15 years now. And he's a very ethical attorney. And I think he kind of was blindsided. He might have been blindsided with this information. I don't know, because the fact that and he's an attorney visiting his client. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure they had to get, well, since she's an attorney, she can see him anytime she wants. So there's probably never a conflict there. But I don't know if she's represented to the jail that she's visiting him because she's his attorney. That may be a problem because he has an actual attorney and she doesn't have a notice of appearance to be representing him, and she would have been in the court with him. He was asking for a whole Rule 22. So there's a major conflict there.
Yeah, but and if she visits him in the capacity as a wife, that can be recorded.
Can we share this link? Because I have Nick. I don't know if she's Nick. Are you live now?
Oh no.
Yes, I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the live right now, Nick.
Oh,
No. Yes, I'm on live, Nick. I'll call you right back. I'm on Nick at night. You on Nick at night. I'm on with Nick right now. Nick Starro. Wait, hey, calm down. I'm gonna call you back. I'm sorry, Nick.
No worries. Bring the link, and I will put it up.
She wants me to be on her show now as well, but you hit me up first, so I had to. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No worries. Her. If she visited him in context of a wife, there will be records of it in jail, and possible recordings, and whatever happens here.
If she visited him as a lawyer, there's no recordings because they don't.
Exactly.
Right. So now, if that is the case, she kind of screwed herself because she misrepresented and broke security protocol by doing that. Because if you're his wife, and you're not representing him, I think she might have an issue there.
Yeah, and I have to comment on stuff that goes on in the chat. Be respectful to my guest. I have one rule, or one general rule: don't be a dick. That's my one general rule. Don't be a dick. And if you want to insult me, go right ahead. I have probably heard worse. I've been in labor law for over 30 years. I can guarantee you I have heard worse about me. And when it comes to losing respect for me, folks, my main issue with the coverage of this is, 1, get these guys out because the case is garbage. 2, report what's going on. I can't just avoid this just because I have had Kayla on my show a number of times, and I really, really like her. But that's besides the point. Okay, let's get back to the.
I wasn't even looking at your comments, but shout out to those in here. And we're just talking about this newly discovered documents that hit the airwave, and we're just trying to understand what was happening. Is she doing this is she's auditioning for a reality show? Is this I don't know what the circumstance is, because it could be simply she's doing this for a reality show. I mean, this just got real.
Yeah. I mean, her channel on YouTube has been blowing up. She has viewers I can only dream of, and she's been doing a really good job. And all of a sudden, this breaks, and I know Kayla has known these guys for a good number of years. Eric Rose, I have to disagree with you, because we have to talk about it, because it's about transparency of what goes on in the trial. And if this new development can cause issues with if it causes issues with Stillwell, then you should have talked to your lawyer. But we have another one on this trial, Jack Gotti. He's innocent in this. And if this has ramifications for the 4 who just signed plea deals, I mean, we have to think about those guys. And
I guess we have to look at what impact would this marriage. I mean, the fact that you have a different judge, and I won't say that perhaps maybe Judge Glanville might have, kind of crossed the line in having this ex parte communication, but then when you have the lawyer in the ex parte meeting who actually should have really told the judge, "Hey, Jan, I probably shouldn't be here because my husband's out there, and my future husband's out there, and this might give the impression of impropriety. I probably should, she should have just told Melnick, hey, I'm in love with one of these guys. I can't come and help this guy. I'm about to marry the other guy because the marriage license application was in March.
Yeah,
that was like 2 months earlier.
And of course, in all of this, if it is a 1 in a trillion of chance that this is a completely different Shannon Bernard Jackson, I've done everything I can from over here to disprove this. And if it turns out to be, it's not Shannon Stillwell in this trial, I will make the biggest apology you have ever seen. But
and so would I. Do you have another screen grab of the photo of Shannon? Do you have that picture?
Let's see here. Hold on while I check here. Oh, let's see here. You mean this one?
Okay, so the marriage certificate has Shannon Bernard Jackson. Okay, and we've heard his name mentioned in it throughout the trial. Can you put the marriage certificate up again? I just want to look at the marriage certificate.
Hold on. This is the actual marriage license.
Can we zoom in on it? Yeah, right there. Okay. Okay, so that is her middle name. Okay, and that's his middle name. Okay, and we both have verified this is on the website. So we both have verified that it is on the Harris County website.
Yes, it is. And here it is.
Okay, let's zoom in on that as well. Okay, yeah, that would be, yep, that's right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you think this is a coincidence? Do you think this is a coincidence? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on. And she, she visits him, regularly and and brings clothes to the court for him. I don't know, maybe it could be a different one. Maybe just could be a whole different Shannon Bernard Jackson. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, there are a bunch of Shannon Bernard Jacksons in Texas. There's no doubt about it. And but there is specifically one Shannon Bernard Jackson Jr., born 1980. So he would be 44. Is it possible?
What is it? Is it possible she can leave her husband to visit husband Shannon Bernard Jackson to visit another Shannon Bernard Jackson? That's kind of strange. Did you leave your husband in Texas to visit another Shannon Bernard Jackson in Atlanta? I don't know. Maybe I'm. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. But maybe she probably has a logical answer to this. She could.
Yeah, she will be live later today and I assume she will get questions, and we will probably get verifications, or we will live in shame. And I will make the biggest apology stream in the history.
And
Yeah,
I would too.
Yeah,
Because this might not be the Kayla Bumpus. It may be another Kayla in Texas.
yeah, it might be another Kayla.
Right. Who happens to live? They might just live in the same county. Maybe neighbors. I don't know. This is so coincidental. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, it's a 1 in a trillion chance this is a nothing burger and we will live in shame. But Dennis is an investigative reporter with his resources. I am practicing law and I know how to research things.
Absolutely.
It's too much to not come to the conclusion that it is the same Kayla Bumpus we all know and love. And the defendant in this trial and the attorney Bumpus, who has represented one of the witnesses.
Yeah. And she recently on the live with that same witness? I think
with Woody just the other day.
And I think I remember her asking him, does he regret saying certain things about certain people? That was kind of odd. The regret, like what people would he be? Because he did say something about a few people in the YSL case. But to ask him, did he regret saying certain things? I don't know. Just things just are strange. I need, hold on a second, Nick. Hold on, Nick. It's strange, Nick.
Yeah. And believe me, folks, I really try to disprove this. I really, really. And yes, remote marriage is allowed in Texas. You can do this via Zoom, so you don't have to actually be there in person.
Yeah.
And Kayla's bio on Instagram has been updated to say wife, so we know she got married.
Oh, we know she got married.
Yeah.
She got married. She definitely got married.
And folks, my main focus in my coverage of the YSL trial has always been pro-defense, of course, because that's my work, but also revealing corruption and looking out for these guys as much as I can from over the pond. And this might be bad for the defendants, especially Jack Buddy.
Yeah. Let me just say this. I know Gabe Banks. He was the former prosecutor for the gang unit, the head of the gang unit before Miss Love took over. He prosecuted some serious gang cases, and he also represented Kayla.
Yeah.
Gabe Banks is a veteran in this game, but he represented her to defend her in this ex parte. Because the judge wanted to find out. He wanted to find out that, and if we knew this then, how would the public view her involvement? If we knew this information back then, how would the public view her involvement in this whole never-ending drama of a case? It doesn't feel right. Something feels very bad about this. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You had jurors in the last 48 hours. At least you had one juror that wrote a letter to the judge.
Yeah.
And it was about time. It's taking too long. Was this a waste? Even that situation stopped the clock, so to speak, as far as moving with presenting evidence and so forth. So I don't know. This is just there. And I will say this. I don't know if you watched it when the judge called me up.
Yeah.
I don't know for that. But I saw that. There's a filing, and I don't know if you pulled it yet, but there's a filing on that already. So that has been addressed already.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I have with this case is that there's been so much unnecessary things happening on the prosecution side. Now we see, that this may impact the case moving forward. You got a lawyer who represents her husband, allegedly. And he's probably like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do they think that I knew about this relationship?
Mm.
And if she's visiting him in Fulton County, does the lawyer know this? And if so, did he know then? When did he know? And when did he know about this? And if he knows about this, so
Yeah.
it's just questions that I'm just curious.
Yeah. Now we don't know if Kayla represented to the jail that she is Shannon's lawyer, or if she went there as his wife. I haven't.
Well,
I made an inquiry to the jail. I hope to get information about that, but
I made the inquiry already.
okay.
I did already.
Okay.
I actually verified that she came there as a wife. I mean, as an attorney.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Especially since Shannon in this. Now you can be represented by different lawyers in different matters. He can have a criminal lawyer and
a civil lawyer. She could, they could be working on a TV show. They got some, So it's not really. If it depending upon which she came there, she could have said, "Hey, listen, he's my client, but he's also my husband, but he's my client." And she gets more time to sit down and negotiate. They could be working on a production that no one knows about. So it can be also innocent. And to her defense, I don't really want to defend her, but I'm trying to give her. I mean, the fact that you asked the judge for a Rule 22. Knowing your involvement with him, it's kind of strange to me. It's just kind of strange to me. It's no different than others coming in there wanting to record this for things that not really, let's just say, above board. But we'll see. This is something that I didn't see this one coming, Nick. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see this one coming.
No, this was very, very left field because I was planning on having a recap stream on today's trial, which was extremely good for the defense. And I would hate that this new development might have ramifications on this trial because they are doing good. The two remaining defendants, they are doing good.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this shows up. And
yeah, this is interesting. Let's just say the least. And she may have a reason, and hopefully she'll explain to the people because people are going to ask her like, "What's going on? Did you marry the guy?" And how long you knew him, and it's a lot of questions I would have had to interview a bunch of questions, but. Let's just see. Let's get past the first prong and see whether or not she actually married this guy.
Yeah.
Let's get past the first prong, because then that's going to open up some additional questions. And this is something I didn't even see, and I wasn't. Let's just say I wasn't looking for this, and this just dropped on my lap. That's all. I was not looking for this.
No, I don't think anybody was looking for it at all, because I've never heard of the situation like this. I must admit, I never heard. I've heard of lawyers marrying defendants. I've heard of lawyers marrying witnesses, but this triage is completely new to me, especially in the same trial.
Same trial where her involvement triggered something in this trial.
Yeah, I mean, her involvement, she herself might not have triggered this event. It was triggered by Love and Hilton and Glanville, but she was in that. So she was an essential part of this trial that led to George Glanville getting yeeted. And
can we let me ask you this, can we actually remove her involvement with her future husband is it plausible to even think that we can ignore her involvement with her obviously future husband and her advising Woody, who's going to be testifying against her future husband in that trial? She's providing him counseling.
Yeah. Although, as we've been testified to in court under oath, only on the only on that specific matter. But I don't know the ruling from Judge Glam. I don't remember the ruling of Judge Glanville if he accepted that she was only representing Mr. Woody in. I'm searching for words here. In that contempt. If she only represented him in that specific and it was accepted by the court, can that be distanced from Shannon Stillwell? Yes, but not without an actual evidentiary hearing, I believe.
Yeah, and I think they would have. I think the lawyers for the prosecution would have probably brought that to the attention of the judge and said, "Listen, hey," and I don't think they wanted. It was something about Melnick getting on the case and whether or not he was actually the attorney at the time, and whether or not he was actually representing Woody. It was testimony to that. Whether or not he actually was representing Woody at the time, and the prosecution contacted Woody, and there was an email exchange as well. So.
Yeah, I think it was at least clear to me that Mr. Melnick, the last time Woody was in trouble, he was represented by Melnick, and it's an obligation for the prosecution to first contact the last lawyer who represents to check, are you still representing this? And then Hilton circumvented that and contacted Woody directly, in which Melnick showed up in court and was quite furious. And then all of this happened when he had a pre-planned trip. So he couldn't be there for the contempt hearing.
Right.
He asked Kayla Bumpus to step in for that specific reason to represent Woody in the contempt. But I don't know if the court accepted her as only representing him in the contempt, because she then testified on that. On Monday, then it was when Woody fired her as his lawyer.
Fired her.
Yeah.
Right. I saw an interview which she said that was the best thing that happened when he fired her, because she needed to get back home to her children or a child or something to the effect. So, and I believe she represented him in the past based on what she said in the interview. So I don't know, just people know people from the street, and maybe she knew Shannon from the street, and they may have some history. They may have had some history, and that happens.
Yeah, I mean, if they fell in love and they got married, I'm all for that. It's just the situation here is that she represented a witness. That is the issue here. If that is something the court, how will the court look at that, and that it probably wasn't disclosed that she was in the works of getting married to one of the defendants while representing a witness. Yeah, so that is the detail. And when it comes to law, everything is about the details and the transparency and the disclosure. So I don't know what Mr. Shard is doing right now. I have no idea. I only got that slight comment that not slight, but he has no insight on the marriage stuff.
Right.
That is the only not I don't quote him, but that is the information that he didn't know.
He probably didn't know then. He know now.
Well, if he didn't, he knows now. And folks, we are not the only ones reporting on this. Kathy
Right.
Russon from Law and Crime knows about this. It's a good number of people, and all have resources to try to disprove this or verify this. And so far, I've been checking everything. There is a 1 in a trillion chance that this is a completely different Shannon Bernard Stillwell.
And a completely different Kayla. It could be
Yeah.
It could be the biggest coincidence in the world. These two people are probably, it could be two different people.
Yeah.
That lives in, that count. It's just, I don't know, guys. I don't know. We're gonna give Kayla an opportunity to tell her truth. If there's something there, she, I'm sure she has a loyal following. She owes it to her fans. I'm a fan now because this inspires me to add another chapter into my book, because this is definitely a very interesting development. Very interesting development. In light of how things have transpired. So we'll see.
Okay, now I don't see an upcoming live on her channel, so I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wasn't it? Wait. Hold on. She had a 6 o'clock live schedule.
Yeah, I don't see it anymore.
Kayla, come out.
Yeah, but now I do not give legal advice, but contacting a lawyer might be the wise. I mean, do I believe she has a moral responsibility if this is correct to address it? Yes. Legal responsibility? None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
If everything that we have been discussing here is correct, she needs a lawyer.
Yeah.
And folks, with all my heart, I wish that I hope that this is incorrect. I hope that I can tomorrow go out with the biggest apology stream I have ever had.
Yes.
The biggest. I'm everything in me wants to. I want this to not be true. I really do. But everything tells me it is correct. And okay, somebody wants to see that web inquiry again. Let's bring it up.
And they can go to the website and they can bring it up themselves. This is not Photoshop. This is not a doc. This is not.
I will post the link to the web inquiry here. So everybody, I will pin it on the top of the chat, so you all can do your own research, all can verify or disprove. Please, if you can disprove this, do it. Please do it. But it was filed March 9th, 2024. It was license returned August 22nd, ministered August 25th. And Texas allows marriage via Zoom.
Hold on. Someone said I'm foul. Foul about what? What, Nick? Why did they say I'm foul? I'm just looking at the document like anyone else. How am I foul? And this is something I didn't listen. This was on the internet. Hey, we just talking about it. I mean, this is news. It's like, Nick, I reported this morning about the outcome of the election, and people said you shouldn't be reporting. I thought you before the people. I'm actually a reporter who reports to the people. This is news. I mean, I called the election, and hey, guys, you can't listen. I don't move like certain people move. I look at it, I research it, I vet it, make sure it's a marriage certificate. Do you get mad at the guys over at TMZ when they report?
I have reached out to Kayla. I get no response. And yes, we know this is Harris County, Texas. She lives in Texas. She visits
Houston.
She lives in Houston, Texas.
Which is Harris County.
Visits Georgia. and there's no and since she is a resident of Houston, Texas, she can make all the applications. They get married via Zoom. Folks, if you disprove everything, go forward with it. Send me your info. Send me the information.
Right. I want to say that if this is not her and this is not Mr. Jackson, I'll be the first to say, hey, I was wrong.
Yeah.
But it the fact that she visits the same person at the jail on a regular, it's kind of like, I don't know. It makes me feel like she's the same person who's married to Mr. Jackson, Right. This is not something we made up. This is definitely not. And I'm going to tell you guys, these things happen.
Hey, Max just tweeted it's not his client. Okay.
Max just tweeted it's not his client. So is it Kayla? Did she get married to another Bernard Jackson?
I don't see. No, I don't see it. Here is. Let's check. November 3rd, November 2nd. Pot and chickens. Him and dog are friends. No.
What's one that Max tweeted? No. You guys just play too much. Max tweeted from a different account.
Okay, here it is. Here it is.
Okay. Let's say, please stop. This is not my client, and we need to.
No. This no. What Max is tweeting about is the other Shannon Bernard Jackson in Texas, the child molester. That is what he's answering to.
Right. He's saying his client's not a child molester. Right.
Yeah. That is what he's tweeting. Yeah.
Right.
So he's not tweeting that Kayla isn't married to his client. He is tweeting that this particular Shannon Bernard Jackson in Texas,
right, it's not his client.
Who's currently serving 40 years. I've been checking this person out. He's serving 40 years for SA of a child. That Shannon Jackson is not his client. So no, he has not denied that Shannon isn't married. He has not denied the marriage. He's denying that Shannon Jackson is
not his client. So, ladies and gentlemen, what he hasn't tweeted that she hasn't married his client. He's tweeting that the person that is accused of those SA charges is not his client.
Yeah,
that's what
he says here about this specific Shannon Bernard Jackson. He says, please stop. That is not my client, and we need to be clear that it is not. We all know how people run with things, even falsehoods. My client has never lived in Texas, nor has he ever been charged with such offenses, and I need to protect his name in court and on Twitter. So, yeah, so he's okay. But again, send me everything you have.
Right.
If you know you can disprove what we just said here, and I will be the first to go online and make the absolute biggest apology. Absolute. Trakisha, we just covered this.
We just covered it. He's tweeted, Max Short tweeted that the individual that is accused of that particular crime is not his client. He did not tweet that his client is not married to the incomparable Kayla J. Bumpus. He's not tweeted that.
Yeah. So his answer is to this Shannon Jackson, who is serving prison for SA of a child. that is not his client.
Right. That is not his client. And then
Okay, they say, read the rest of his replies.
okay. That's not
Some lack of understanding. There are billions of people on Earth and more than one Shannon Bernard Jackson. I just wanted to be clear on that. Yeah, I agree. But he is referring to this Jackson, not his client.
right.
I can go on his reply. And this is what he's answering to. Can't be unless she's out there marrying diddlers. That is what he is answering to. No, that is not his client.
Right.
Yeah. So he's not denying or anything about the marriage between Kayla Bumpus and his client. He's saying that that particular Shannon Jackson, the kitty dealer, is not his client.
You call him a kitty dealer? That's okay.
Yeah, it's the YouTube rules. You can't say things out loud.
Okay.
Mm. So again, folks, if you have anything, I will accept anything, and then I will try to verify it.
Right.
That tells me this isn't happening.
'Cause
anything.
Just
send it to me.
Right.
Yeah.
He could have simply just tweeted, and he's a lawyer. He knows how to tweet things out in the manner in which it can get the most impact to play his client of. And it's nothing wrong with him. It's nothing wrong with his client marrying her. So it's nothing wrong.
No,
you know, that's not an issue.
Yeah, the issue is not Kayla marrying Shannon. That's not the issue. The issue is here that she was about to marry Shannon while representing Woody. That is the issue. Not that she go right if they love each other, go right ahead. Have a great life together.
Right.
Have the absolute best life together. But while representing Woody, that's the issue. And how it can affect this trial and the people in it. Jack Gotti is on trial beside Shannon Stillwell. How will this affect him? And
I don't think right now it won't have an effect on him. I don't think at all. I don't think it have an effect on him at all. But what could have happened early on had this came out is Woody would have had probably a different attorney. Melanie probably would have asked someone else. That's the only thing that would have happened. Even though she represented him in the past. In the past 2 years ago, the relationship might have been totally different.
Yeah. So yeah. As I said in the beginning, please, Lord, make this not be true.
I got a very important text. I got it. Might require another live, but I got to deal with this.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. Thank you for joining, and hope to see you again. My Friday panel show, for example. But yeah, thank you for coming online with me and discuss this. And yeah, it's an unfortunate event. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. And
absolutely,
folks,
this is very interesting.
Yeah, it's. I did not see this coming at all. At all. But yeah, thank you for joining. Dennis has his own channel, and you can go watch that at Dennis Byron, I believe the name is.
Mr. Dennis Byron. Yes. And this is, this again, we just all we want Kayla to do is come out and say, hey, yo, that's not me. I'm not that Kayla. We have the same first, middle, and the last name, but it's not me. She has to say that. That's simple. Because right now, people can, put 2 and 2 together and get 4, or they can get 5. It depends on how she responds to this. And and people are looking for an answer, and they were looking for an answer just in Max's tweet, but it wasn't there. He didn't respond to the question, and maybe you guys can go over there and tweet him and ask him a specific question.
Mm.
Did your client get married to Kayla? That's what you should be asking him. Not his client part of the kitty situation.
Well, yeah, but that person, that case was settled in the early 2000s. So I know it's no way that Shannon Stillwell is the same as Max Shard's client. And that was what Max Shard was out denying. No, that kitty diddler in Texas is not the same Shannon Stillwell. He has yet to disclose anything about the marriage between Kayla Bumpus and his client.
Mutually exclusive questions we're asking. Nick, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you bringing me up, and we'll see. We'll look into this. We'll definitely look into it. And just listen. People send me stuff all the time, and they apparently send it to someone else because they tweeted it out. So it's a question.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of DMs I have in my Twitter is, I get dozens or more each day. Check this out, check that out. People email me stuff. I mean, most of it I don't act on. This one, since it has...
and Nick, again, I only come. Listen, I definitely don't want to jump out there. If if others than this was actually sent by at least two people, and one person in power. I would just say in power. So obviously, okay.
Yeah,
man, my messages are coming in crazy. let me just say that people want to know. This is news that people want to know, and we want to dispel. I would love to dispel this. And if they've got married and they decided to go that route, that's on them. Love is love. Some of you guys can't get a date to go to the wing stop. Love is love. Let's let them live, but we still want to know. I want to send a wedding gift. Well, probably to her, but not to him.
Yeah, and as I said, my interest in this is how will this affect the trial, the other defendants, and
I want to send a wedding gift. How about that? I want to send something green.
If I knew, I would have sent something, but no. But yeah, again, folks, if you find anything to disprove this, call me out on it. Send it to me. I will check it. I will verify it, and if it is correct, I will go out with the biggest apology video and stream you have ever seen.
Nick, we're gonna listen. We're gonna go out together, Nick. We here together. We're gonna go out together. We're just gonna whatever. We just asking questions. We're not saying saying this is the same Kayla J Bumpus or we're not. It just could be a coincidence.
Yeah, it could be one in a trillion coincidence.
Right, this could be a total coincidence, but I don't know.
But everything I've been finding out and tells me it is not a coincidence.
Right.
And
oh man, Nick,
yeah,
Nick, I gotta go. They're blowing my phone up. Nick, I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you again for showing up, and I will see you around. Yes.
If we get updates, Nick will get it first. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Okay. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you.
All right. See you. Bye. Yes, folks, what we have been talking about here is this. The marriage license that was discovered. I made the web inquiry. I did everything I possibly could to disprove this, including reaching out to Kayla. I have checked with Max Shard, who says, I'm not quoting him, that he has no insight on the marriage stuff. I'm not quoting him on that. And I checked his Twitter feed because because of the claim that he denied his client has married Kayla. That is not the case. I've done everything I possibly could to disprove this. Everything. And if it's wrong, I will gobble down hot sauce in front of you and beg for forgiveness. If this turns out to be nothing. But yeah, and the crux here isn't that she married Shannon. The crux is if she was about to marry Shannon while representing Woody. And that is a conflict of interest that can have ramifications on the other clients and this trial. I wish it wasn't true, but everything here tells me it is. Okay, folks, hate me or love me, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, subscribe or unsubscribe. That's your choice. But I'm here for the YSL trial, for all the defendants. And told you back last year, I'm covering this trial from gavel to gavel, and I intend to do so. If you are with me, you are. If you're not, please watch it somewhere else at least, because the guys needs people to keep watching the coverage of this trial. The planned recap of today will happen tomorrow. So I will go through. And what happened in court today was that Max Shard basically disproved with emphasis what the prosecution claims about his client. Disproved it. And I will go through with that with you tomorrow on a recap tomorrow, because tomorrow is no court day. Friday is only for the lawyers. There's no court on Monday, to my understanding, and then they will be back on Tuesday. And yeah, I hate this situation, but you guys deserve to know it. And if it turns out I was wrong, I'm going to gobble down hot sauce and beg for your forgiveness. Deal? All right. Now, for MLS, thank you. Says, just remember you can always play the game. I remember the last time I was disrespected. Yep. I don't... politicking with money. Hey, fellas. Eric Rose, this is not the way, Nick. Good night, everyone. You have been a member for 2 months, Eric. I hope you will return. But I disagree. We have to... it's transparency. Transparency. Oh, Kayla is going live now. Yeah.
This. Good gracious. And Dennis, look, I can't get a break from him. He will not let me go.
That damn Dennis. I don't even know who that old man is. What he just mad at Miss Sylvia?
This what I'm gonna say, because I know we are never gonna move past the we are never gonna move past the Kayla and her apparent marriage. But this is what I'm gonna say to you guys. So I don't have any tea to spill. I mean, believe what you want to believe. I'm not clearing nothing up. It's people that are fighting for their lives, like literally fighting for their lives, and y'all is posting around a marriage license. At the end of the day, true, untrue, whatever, however y'all feel. I have not violated whether it's true or not. I got Dennis over here saying I'm violating this and I did this. Sweetheart, you don't know who I have represented, how I have represented them, what I have represented them on. And,
all I needed was a denial. All I needed was a denial. The question is, it's an easy yes or no question, folks. It's an easy yes or no question. It's an easy yes or no question. Okay. Sylvia says something about Cloud Chaser. Chloe Albert's Revenge. This is giving me R. Kelly Elia flashbacks. I don't know about that case. That's Jessica. At some point, it's not a coincidence anymore. Yeah. There is another SBJ in Texas Appeals Court. I tried to disprove it, Tedsko. I really did. I really did. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. And it is a heart. Thank you. Steve Keach, member for 4 months, with you 100%. Again, folks, if you find anything that tells me this isn't true, send it to me. Send it to me. I will try to verify that. And if it turns out to be not true, that I have speculated on something that simply wasn't true, I will gobble down hot sauce and beg for your forgiveness. But yeah, this is the one stream I will have on this. If it gets ramifications on the trial, of course, I will bring it up. If it turns out to be absolutely not true, I will gobble down hot sauce and beg for your forgiveness. But I have a trial to cover, the YSL RICO trial. And I tend to continue doing that. Even if you don't want to watch me anymore, I'm good with that. Just watch somewhere else. Keep the coverage going. These guys need to get out of jail. Okay, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the thumbs up or thumbs down. Thank you for listening. And remember, hug your family. Unless your family is crap, then screw them and give your love to the people who deserve it. And I will see you tomorrow on the recap of day 157. Okay? Bye-bye.
In the courthouse where time stood still, generations pass on the hill. Prosecutors come and go, defense attorneys putting on a show. Old district attorney thought she was tight, came in to visit her tonight. They said justice was blinded by her sins. As the trial spun, no one wins. Endless trial like a river flows. Truth and lies, nobody knows. Corruption's grip tight as a vice. In this endless trial we pay the price.